Mr. Lynch, lives, I will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Maestro Simple, or simply, 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 David. Stay or not, it's May 14th, 2025, it's Wednesday in Naples. Via middle sky soon with adjective I mean as this is an adjective I use in sometimes where I mean with this adjective I mean clear alternative in the clouds as even if mettersi mostly cloudy and there's also why I don't think I don't know if cold or hot river in general this is also one at the same time it also seems to stay now early afternoon it's noon and 48 si eventuale 6 Fahrenheit 22 Celsius and this means it's very soft like this even soft is a classic adjective to use for first weather report if for the summer it will be 4 years also cioè music by me on Jan 17 2021 while for the spring and winter they are still 3 years as perhaps non remember corporeal lavori oceania suppose need I'm sure but where si and remember things for him so sit simultaneously some purpose FHTV uscito oceania it's better perhaps paradox for you to for me that didn't see integrate operations so for the fact the autumn summer and winter senza fact for the autumn si for the snisi che si soft for the summer adjectives hot for the winter adjective cold and for all these periods general students si che si adjective and as regard the English at least for me was nothing to see if you read absolutely complex but really seems that you are in this film it's first part at this point month and 30 days is most months as practical most months of May 20th so a week practically we are 3 months of spring so and but it really seems that really seems that we are in most 2 months of spring really since April 4 that was a Friday and at the same time it also seems that we are in a slight summer early summer atmosphere was very May very going to June very going to summer and so but this is for me and for other people however in general for me Western mood is still about the sky but also the atmosphere in general today I don't know if I can say anything just for you it's good tratto completely in fact I'm bigly and some things magari non finché 3 per repeat this just before 71 6 Fahrenheit 22 Celsius at l'importante in questa atmosphere si anticipate just before the radiation ma resistere poi dopo essere cortini non sono se cortini in genere se mi devi cantare should is almost perfect at least I suppose in fact soon test ne repeat sky middle for me clear alternative with the clouds at where considering the yesterday in particular and also according to what I read my sensations I think it's approximately later like yesterday could became enough thought that mostly cloudy also at material in fact like yesterday afternoon attenzione non bisogna intelligenza wizards si faccio il sì inizia clear second I'm skipping to the clear well bad perhaps better si ricorda bad well so si dice mi dico quindi mi ultimo su senza un tutore che sono diversi Anzi, 1 and a half, and also this beer. نفكر بيون دي sentence so بتنكودها في مريت وصفنا تيجي تلوف فرشاكة تويفيتسي وتاني ريدي تسمعون تو yourself and also this beautiful pentamenschaft was diciamo di also knows better vision for me it's a theory all'inizio sciato partecipò si mica già certo si cade che cresciuto questo attivismo su bene di cortese in genere visimo sono si chiesi for me better visimo it's a theory and shot partecipò si mica già certo. And finally, from a medical cure, Magic 640 EPG is excited to find also new education experience and shot. Yeah, mettiamo le pipa, lo fanno facendo di parte. Adesso c'è di cultura. Also, remember this. Also, myself to pass to Muskies. And finally, I hope you all have a great breakfast. Today it's late in general. She goes for us, perhaps from wallet also. كل زي slightly frequency late من الفيرس فتبقى الفيرس سبيسس فرق في الريكورد ياتشنا سمعنا في 3 دوز الساردين فكرين بريكفاست في انتين السوميات ريسارتي بيتم في انتين partendo da te di uso di essere su finché ti regoli si regoli su essere ciò la teoria di bit close si regola late si mette in brap su slightly late si guarda ma io just rolli it's just rolli obviously just rolli code non 48 but l'important thing is to show present in me also they first time to solve memory language and as we see e che fa si sono mosso il tipo della figura absolutely and as soon as it's fixed and non short some favorite biscuit but many beautiful combos with beautiful biscuits sì anche one of the best fatto the best kind of biscuits cookie with the chocolate spoons fatto mistake tu sono favorite biscuit or Mr. Lynch and the cigar and bread there are two other things that in particular really good cigarette and Radise the first one is about milk fat short starting and eat coffee obviously two cents with chocolate so che adesso è short fragmenti di short quindi si also nel vecchio cosa breakfast so some stile in particolare ma so the thing is about to see that's fucking if and I'm beautiful sia stare da Conad in Iran's yes for me third second position because after first position for me the Bamba Italian's yes fact always true come della Madrid because era lì superba